Hello and welcome, everyone. And we're just now getting started. And I see you're already in the chat. That's really exciting to me. Nicole, you were first one. Yeah, we'll add you to the grid. Everybody's going to go, wait, what? This grid is different. So I'll talk a little bit about that once we get going. But yeah, let us know where you are in the chat. You probably know I'm Andrea, and this is the Mainstream Reiki YouTube channel. I do know some of you are on Facebook and do watch us over there. But yeah, oh, look at that, the drunken monk. How about that? I know you. I know you. Welcome. It's good to see your names here. And Jan, so excited to see you there, Jan. Big shout out, big hug to you. And I always think of the UK over there when I see your name. And Bev, you're here live. And Sarah, good to see you. Yeah, beautiful. Renata, yeah. Aaron, yeah, good morning. Hi, Vivica from Sweden. Very nice. Oh, Mike. Mike is here. Hi there, Mike in Massachusetts. Good to see you. Yes. Greece. George. Wow, that's really cool. Okay. Thank you so much, Peter, the drunken monk. Yes. The 1 and 2 class was really something, really remarkable. And I just had a master class over the weekend, and wow, it was just amazing. I have to say, it's like everything is just getting better and better. Everything was better and better. Even when I first started, I first started teaching in 2006. So, whew, but even lately, what I'm seeing lately is the classes, the people, the experiences we have, and what comes through, for me to share. Because they're Reiki classes for sure, but we talk about other things, and other things come up, and questions and discussions happen, and it's just um, it's evolving along, with everything else. So the classes have just been quite amazing. Speaking of classes, couple little updates, and then I'll tell you about my grid here, and we'll get going. Yeah, so classes. So what's to tell you? Oh, UK. So my UK classes, so more than half full already. So we've got people from different countries coming, even Canada, flying over with me, joining me in the UK. That'll be in June. And I'm teaching a 1 and 2 over 2 days, and then the master class over 3 days. And I've added a special little thing. And so in between the 2 classes, I'm going to meet with the students, and we're going to see what happens. So I'm going to do some work, like I think what we're going to do here in the live stream, but because we'll be live, the whole experience will be different. And I want to take questions and have your questions, answer your questions with higher guidance and all of that kind of thing. Sort of like what we do here, but I don't know all the details, which is funny, right? Because I plan even these live streams every month. I don't really know what we're doing today, and it's a little uneasy for me, but I just kind of, gotten used to that by now. So that special event for my students in the UK, I'm not quite sure what we're going to do, but I am following my guidance, and I know that it's going to be something substantial. So I'm excited to offer that little extra exclusive for you there. So those classes in the UK, oh, we have the link there in the chat if you want to find out more about those. That's an included event for my students. So, I hope that you all can make it. I'm still teaching here online and live because, we can't have the discussions and the back and forth and the channeling that even comes through in the classes. We can't do all that in a recording. So that's why we do it live together. And so I have classes in April and May and all of that. And what else do I want to tell you? Oh, yeah. You know, Somebody mentioned this the other day, and it was about classes, about even my classes, or perhaps other classes that you are thinking about taking. You know, what I want to say is, even though the world is in chaos and we don't know what's going on with all the tariffs and, all of that kind of thing. And so that makes a lot of uncertainty for people. And I totally get that, especially about investing in a class. And what I want to say is this too shall pass. And we're going to be on the other side of this one day. And I hope that any trainings, any growth potential that you have to do, please follow your guidance and follow through and sign up for a class, whether it's for me or somebody else, whatever that is, whatever your guidance is, please follow through with that, because instead of freezing in times of uncertainty, we need to step forward and we need to not sit on the sidelines, because this is our time to invest in our growth and our understanding, because the day will come when this is behind us, and then you will be so thrilled that you took the time, even though you were stressed, even though there were uncertain times. You'll be so glad that you are where you are when this is behind us. And you're going to have so much more to offer to the people in your own life, in the people you come into contact with. So this is a time, even though there's chaos, this is a time for you to really get your path shored up, strengthened. Invest in your growth now. Don't let that other stuff that's happening in the world and the uncertainty knock you off your trajectory, because that's not what you came here for. Okay. So sign up for a class, do it. And like I said, I'd love to have you, but if Reiki isn't your thing and you're interested in a different modality, just do it. Just do it, because we've got to continue evolving. That's what we're here to do. And to sit on the sidelines and hold our breath and wait and just be afraid, I'm not doing that. And I hope you're not going to do that either. Let's do it. Let's just take off. We have to. We have to. You're going to be so happy with yourselves if you do that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Thank you for continuing to say where you're from and, feedback in the chat. We love that. Anything else? Oh, yeah. Well, quickly, I know we want to get started. The podcast, Beyond the Reiki Gateway, you may have seen some recent episodes. I'm sharing them more on socials, because people will come to my class and they're like, I didn't even know you had a podcast. I'm like, what? So anyway, we're trying to get the word out a little bit more for people, but you might know her from Healing Light Tarot, Marianne Weston. That was a recent episode. Also, Nancy Rebecca. I know a lot of you like Nancy Rebecca or love Nancy Rebecca. Just had her on recently. And next Wednesday, the new episode is going to have Helene Wabe on. And you might not recognize her name, but she's even going to talk about Reiki research and energy healing research in the next episode. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, and I know a lot of you are, you'll want to tune in to that. So you can listen on all the podcast apps, but we do have a YouTube channel if you want to see more of the uncut version. It's a little bit longer on YouTube, but you do get the video with it as well. Anyway, I think that's it, other than thank you all for being here. Thank you for tuning in. Most importantly, thank you for taking time to invest in your own healing and evolution, because now's the time, as I've said, now is the time. You might also notice here during the live stream or on the videos, I do have the super thanks now. Some of you had asked about that prior, and since I had no ads at all on the channel, I never could do the super thanks. But now you have a button here if you want to do that. I do need to talk to you a little bit about the grid, because you'll notice the grid's different, right? And Petrus, I see, oh, you're from Croatia. Yes, beautiful. You mentioned the grid there and you're feeling stuck. And yes, I do know sometimes the conversion rate for different countries, it's just not favorable. So I'm really sorry about that. Let's see. Oh, so the grid. And so I just am following my guidance. And so this grid was actually constructed for me by a gentleman. His name is Drew, and he reached out to me in October 2023, and he wanted to send me this. And so I hadn't used it yet. Isn't that interesting? I just never had guidance to use it for a live stream before. I've had it here in my room. And then a few days ago, I started feeling like it was actually during our Reiki masterclass, Peter and Peter from the chat. Anyway, it was during that class I was teaching about the world peace crystal grids, and it just was so clear to me. It's like, oh, I have to change my grid again. And if you followed me here on YouTube for some time, you'll actually be aware that I had changed my grid. Gosh, I don't even know when it was, but I would say several months ago. But for a very long time, it was the same. So now this is the third grid that I'm sharing here with you in these events. I also was reminded from in that class over the weekend, one of my students there, Ashley, she had such wonderful things to say about some of the older videos here on the Mainstream Reiki YouTube channel, and that she still goes back to them even after years. And she told us a little bit about how they'd helped her and that kind of thing. And I thought, that's, I think, worth mentioning, because some of those older videos are really, really good, and they still are effective. And so one of the videos that she really liked was a previous live stream from way back in the day. It probably was only on Facebook, um, but very helpful to her. She said she healed quite a lot from that. And then the earlier chakra series that has the little, it has I put them all together, and there's like a light purple background, but all of those individual ones. So even though I've done so many videos and so many of them are more recent, you might go back and look at those earlier ones. They're all still effective, still all the energy's there for you. And I would invite you, check some of those out. Um, and stick around, because I think after we do our Reiki experience, our meditation, our channeling here, after we do that, I think I'll announce something about the channel and what I'm going to do a little bit differently moving forward. So hang out with me a little bit after that, and then you can ask questions as well. Second half. Woo. Okay. So I think we better get started, because I just never talk this long. So thank you all so much. Hi there, Chicago. Woo. Very nice. Yes. Love Chicago. Yes. So thank you, Drew, for this flower of life that you're sending, or that you sent me all that time ago. The time has finally come for it to be here on the channel in the videos. All right. And so what I would invite us to do is go ahead and settle in. You can be seated or lying down. And let us see where we journey together. The highest frequencies of healing energy, of Reiki energy, are being offered to you now on all levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, without limitations, beyond time and space. Begin by taking a couple of deep breaths. And intend that you are open and receptive to all words and energy offered here that is in resonance with your highest good at this time on your journey as you evolve, knowing that in this video and all videos, offered here on the channel. Each and every time that you re-engage, you are offered something new because you are new. You have grown, you have healed and experienced differently from the last time. And we are honored to have you here in this experience. We thank you for taking the time and having the focus to set yourself in engagement at this time. You're invited to envision yourself in a meadow, a beautiful meadow, sitting or lying down. Imagine yourself opening your eyes and seeing the sky. The beautiful gradation of blue from horizon to where your eyes naturally focus. The universe lies above you and the earth below you. Just as in each day of your life you walk the earth, the sun, and the energies of the cosmos shine down on you, and the earth supports you from underneath. As you lie in this meadow, it is no different. The sun shines upon you. The universe offers energy to you from places so distant your mind cannot fathom. Perhaps from places that you know from previous incarnations. All is offered to you now because you are the focus. On earth at this time, transformation is unfolding. Receive the energy from above. Receive the energy from this transmission. And open up your back body to the earth, your back chakras, your back aura, everything behind your usual level of awareness, of looking forward. We're asking you now to open yourself up to the earth, allowing yourself to receive the planetary energies. And we will speak to you as you receive about the technology of this planet. It is often regarded as asleep or not very exciting to engage with the planetary energies of the earth. We would say to you that if the earth does not excite you, it is probably simply a result of you living here your entire known life. And when we have people, objects, ideas that we engage with repeatedly every day, they become mundane, they become boring, they become something that we wish to escape. And for many of you, the earth is described in this way, we will say. Many of you wish to leave the planet and go somewhere else. The grass is always greener, so they say. We would invite you instead, open that back body and relax and sink into the earth and know the great gifts that she offers you. For below your feet throughout this entire incarnation, she has held you. She has offered energy, whether you were aware of this or not. And so much of who you are is actually of her. The minerals found in the earth are found in your body. The air that you breathe is part of the planet as well. The atmosphere here works in conjunction with the land and the water. All of life here is a system. and you are part of this system. And we would invite you to recognize that the earth is wise. There is a wisdom to the earth and the spirit of the earth, the energy of the earth. There is consciousness there. Please do not discount the ground as being something old or stagnant, for this is not of truth. The planet has technology, and this technology works whether you are aware of it or not. In the meadow where you are laying, feel the support of the earth beneath your body. And have you open to the energies of the earth? You are open to the energies of the universe and open to the energies of the earth. Feel within your body now, tuning into the sensations, focusing on your head, the interior of your head, how this feels to you. Placing awareness on the crown of your head, intending to be open and receptive. Balancing your energy, balancing this energy center, and allowing a release to take place for the entire time that we are together. Allow an outflow through the crown as you also invite in through the crown. You are releasing what you no longer need, and you are receiving what you are now ready for. And place your attention on the bottoms of your feet, opening up the bottoms of your feet, opening up at your root chakra as well. At the base of your spine, you are open. At your feet, you are open. Allow an outflow to happen here as well. This will be in balance with your crown. Allow a release of all that you do not need out your root as it is appropriate, and allow an influx of energy that you are now ready for. You have reached a point on your journey, and this healing, this experience is meeting you where you are, on your path. It does not matter your age. It does not matter your belief. You are a human on earth at this time with a wealth of experience. And at this time, you are refueling, replenishing, recalibrating. You're invited to download information into the earth. She knows how to do this, but your intention to share your knowledge with her and the universe is appreciated. All works in congruence between the earth, the universe, and you. Your free will is always honored in this equation. And so your intention is how you demonstrate your will and your acceptance. So each time you make up your mind, you are directing energy. Your thinking mind is an engine for your intuition, for your intention. Your thinking mind is an engine to direct energy. It is not an enemy, nor is your ego, for balance in all things serves you in the highest of ways. In order to manifest on the earth and be in balance between the universe and the earth's energies, it does take balance. But you were born with ego. Your ego is not evil. Your ego is not good. It is part of who you are. So we invite you to not vilify the ego, but heal the ego. Heal the ego and be in balance so that you can manifest through your intention. For you cannot forsake a part of yourself and then talk yourself into being whole or living in that way. You have never been damaged in such a way. You were not born damaged. You were born as whole and complete. We will be offering inner child and shadow work in the future to help those in need of this sort of focus. Many have been told that they were damaged as soon as they were born into their life here on earth. This is illusion or lie, whichever you prefer. You are whole and complete and worthy of all energy exchange as you exercise your free will. And what this does is it removes limitations, it removes blocks, it removes the lies that you've told yourself because you had heard them somewhere else. You no longer need to agree to these illusions, and we're asking you to relax. Just relax. Sinking into the energy of the earth and receiving the energy of the universe from above, from below, merging within you now, flowing out your crown, out your feet and root, as you accept new frequencies you have downloaded, and now you may upload, so to speak. And our terminology may actually be reversed from what you are normally accustomed to. Do not let this stand in the way of your exercising of your energetic exchange. Let go of your knowledge and receive new knowledge. It is a point for you now to assimilate, to integrate, and to heal. And this brings us to your physical body. For those who want to ascend to higher vibration, please do not see the physical body as a weight that you must drag around. The physical body is an instrument of energy. It's an instrument of manifestation, and it is required for your time here on earth to be full and complete. And so we bring your attention to your physical body because we have mentioned that the minerals, the substance of the earth is within your body. The earth is you. You are the earth. You breathe in a recycled form of matter. The atmosphere and the land and the water, they have been in a closed system, which means there's a recycling and a mixing of molecules, chemicals, building blocks, atoms, so to speak, yes. And so everything that is here on your planet changes by different methods from one form into another. An easy example of this is sunlight. Sunlight and plants undergo chemical reactions. Light changes to energy. Animals eat plants. The energy is transferred. But what of the air? You know the cycle of water from your school learning. Liquid, gas, solid. There is fresh water and there is salt water. There are many cycles upon the planet, and these cycles are also reflected in your physical body. You are asked to ponder about these topics and subjects in your own quiet time. See where your mind takes you. See where your heart and remembrance take you. It is good for you to spend time outside of the chaos that is so readily available to you and take quiet time for yourself. Ponder and daydream and wonder. Journal on blank pages and see what appears. Go back and engage with what you have written. You will be inspiring to yourself after you undergo this process, or we will say engage with this process over time. With regard to the atmosphere, we ask you to ponder this. The air that you breathe in has been breathed out countless times before. It is true. The air that you breathe in, that nourishes your body and keeps you alive, has been breathed in and out so many times across millennia. And the molecules in the air that you breathe have been recycled throughout cycles of the planet, whether it be plants, whether it be rocks. There are many cycles at play. So many cycles and so many intricacies on your planet that you may not have regarded in the past. We ask you to see the wisdom and order here on earth. We ask you to engage, and we ask you to treat your body as precious. Many of you wish to be healed physically, and we wish this for you as well. But we also invite you to be conscious and awake and aware of what your body is metabolizing. What are you feeding your body? We talk of feeding your body, feeding your mind, feeding your emotions. There are many ways that energy meets the body, meets you and who you know yourself to be. We ask you now to bring your attention to your heart. Open in the front, open in the back body, flowing, receiving this energy, receiving universal energy, earth energy, releasing and accepting. You are in flow through the body, through your energy centers, still releasing what you no longer need and accepting what you are ready for. You are in flow. You are in motion. If you desire physical healing, please pay attention to what you feed the body. Simple will be more helpful. So your results that you wish for seem simple. We ask you to live more simply for a simple solution. This means eating more natural foods instead of lab-produced ones. We know that you are aware of this, but we feel it is important to remind for those of you who need a reminder. Your spirit is advancing. You can help your body advance as well. Follow your inner guidance as to what to consume on all levels. Support the wisdom that is held in your body, the wisdom that is held in your cells. Keep it simple. and you will know healing beyond what you can know simply by engaging in one act or another. Your holistic nature invites you to love holistically all of who you are. In this synergy is knowing. We spoke of the technology of the earth, and we will close with this. The earth has minerals and natural resources deposited in different locations, and this is not by accident. The energy of the earth is distributed multidimensionally. The resources, and we will even say landscapes, because this is one way resources are recognized. The landscape is different around the world in different locations. One thing that this indicates is the energy is also different, because where there is sand, there is higher concentrations of quartz. Where there is water, salt water, you have great conductor of energy. So sand and water we have named two. And what of mountains? The energy is different, is it not? You choose a vacation largely by how you feel when you are there, perhaps. I always feel this way near the water, for example. I will go there. The mountains are the place for me. I always feel this way there. So there is a technology of the earth, and this is only but a fraction of what we can say at this time in this venue. But know that there is great technology on the planet that earthlings have little, little awareness about. In the coming years, more will be discovered, more will be uncovered. But for now, we just invite you to open your mind to the earth, open your mind to her wisdom, open your mind to the cycles on a deeper level, and open your mind to your connection with her. And for those of you who have crystals in your life, we invite you to recognize that those crystals were once within the earth, and now they are with you on the surface, taken away from the caves or their surroundings, perhaps on another side of the world. And do you not see how technology of these crystals and their energetic connection to the earth, do you not see that the distribution of these crystals is indeed special because the technology has spread to different areas? People are engaging with crystals and energy wherever they happen to be. This is not by accident. And just like you lying in the meadow, the crystals now are open to the universe. If they are in your room, in your home, in your car, the energy of the universe shines upon your crystals. And the energy of the earth below shines upward into your crystals. And they have a wisdom and they have a technology to them. And you are just now beginning to embark on the journey that this can take you. And so as you lie in the meadow, in reception, and in gifting. We ask you to tune in to your inner experience and perhaps ask yourself now, what is important for me to know in this moment? And when you feel ready, you may bring your awareness to your body in balance, in unison. You are as above, so below. And when you are ready, you may bring your awareness to your eyes, slowly open them, and return. All right. Well, I'm going to try and move this over without dumping it on the floor. Um, hmm. Yes. Um, Beautiful. I would say, I don't know, my mind's kind of blank. Sorry. Woo! So it was kind of a lot of different things in there. So, yeah, hopefully there was something in there for you. Yes. Yes. Did anything stand out for you? Yeah. Oh, nice, Nancy. Yes. I loved the idea of technology with the earth, I have to say. And I loved at the end how they brought it back to like the crystals are like you know, having the energy from above and also below. And I know a lot of people are kind of like, they like their crystals, but they're sorry. Like this was me. Like I like crystals, but I'm really sorry that they had to leave, wherever they were and, be taken away from the earth the way they were. And but this puts it in a whole new light now that, oh, that's not anything bad. That's actually giving new possibility maybe for the crystals and how they work, how we work with them, and also energizing them in a different way, right? So, yeah, maybe no accidents. So, wow, very cool. Oh, I think I said earlier that I would say something about the future of the channel or something. Woo. So, let me go ahead and do that. Um, so, I've been thinking lately, and I haven't put out like last week or on Tuesday this week, I didn't put out a new video. And, I have to say, everything's evolving and I just gonna keep it real. I'm gonna tell you, it's like, haven't really felt like making a new video. And I thought, well, why is that? People want help with different things and, why not? And if you've hung around me long enough, I like to follow my guidance. And so if something's not feeling on track, I'm not gonna do it just because that would be empty and I'm not going to do that. And so I sat with it and I decided, well, what's different? What will I do? And what came up for me was, People need more live engagement because the world is changing very rapidly, and we're being asked to, or we're required really to react all the time. And what we're contending with may change very quickly. And so, what I'm going to do in the next month or so is I'll be on live more, offering Reiki just live. And instead of just a recording, that I'll put out, I'm going to do these lives. What exactly they're going to be, I don't know, but I can tell you they're going to be at different times of the day because you are all in different places in the world. And this monthly live stream, I know that the monthly live stream we do, it's always at 11 a.m. Eastern. It's always the, you know, first Thursday of the month. And I just feel like the need has shifted. I'll still be here next month, the first Thursday. I'll still do that. But when I get the inkling, I'm going to go live. So what that means is I'm not scheduling these things out. And so if you're subscribed to the channel, great. But if you're and if you're not, I would say please subscribe. But regardless, make sure do the bell icon and make sure you get all the notifications if you want to make sure that you get notified about the live stream, because I'm not going to give a lot of notice, because again, I want to do it when it feels like the time is right. So it could be at 7 a.m. for me. It could probably not, but it could be, at 8 o'clock at night or whatever it is. But um, that's just what I feel like it would be good right now. So anyway, I hope you'll get the notification so that you can make it whenever I do go live, and we'll see what happens. But we're gonna do some Reiki in different ways like that. Okay, so and then we'll see where we go. I don't have a lot of time left for questions today. Um, and you know what? I'm going to do this a little bit different. Somebody asked in the chat why Reiki doesn't work. Is that true? Did I see that right? And so I thought maybe, I mean, normally we take these in order, and I'm really sorry. To my team back there, but I pretty sure I saw somebody say, "Why does Reiki not work for me?" And so I want to. Great, Sarah. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, yeah, great. I'm glad. Yeah. So if you think it's a good idea, yeah, give me a thumbs up or something, because that will help. That will help me be excited and motivated. Yes, yes. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. So I want to answer this one, and then we can see if we have time, for others. And I'm sorry, I was, things were a little longer today. Why Reiki not working for me? Okay, so here's the thing. Reiki always works, but I did a reel about this, right? I think it was on Instagram, maybe YouTube Shorts. I don't even know, but Reiki does always work. But here's the thing, we're people, and what we do is we say, you know what, I want Reiki to help me with my elbow pain or whatever. So we have a certain thing that we identify as an issue, and we want help with that. And then what ends up happening is, we come to YouTube or we go to a Reiki person and we're like, yeah, help me with my elbow. That's what I want. I want Reiki for this. Fill in the blank. And so they have a Reiki session or whatever. And even if they have 3 Reiki sessions or, whatever, there are so many different rabbit holes that we could go down as we talk about this, but I'm going to try and keep it simple. So we're focused on, I want help with blank. We have Reiki in whatever way, shape, or form, and however many sessions. And we're like, you know what? I still have the blank. Reiki doesn't work. And what I would say is that's not, you're making a conclusion without all the big picture. So one of the first things that people will report after they receive Reiki is they start to become aware that they're not being triggered by things that used to trigger them. Okay. So they come and they have Reiki and then they go back into their life, right? They have the session and then back into the life. And they're looking at my elbow still hurts, this thing doesn't work. But in the meantime, the guy cuts him off off on traffic, and before they wanted to just go punch the guy, and now it's like, huh, wonder why he's having such a bad day. Hmm. Is that not healing? Because I'm telling you, that reactivity is one of the most common things reported as a result of Reiki sessions. Nobody comes in for a Reiki session and says, I want to be more at ease when somebody cuts me off in traffic. But you see, so what we're wanting help with, the universe knows better. What's going to be more transformative in your life? Having that elbow pain gone or being more at ease in your relationships? You could even say more loving, because you go home and your partner starts complaining or whatever. In the past, maybe you roll your eyes and go get something to drink and go in the other room. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, you hear them differently. Your heart gets pinged a little bit differently. Maybe you sit down. Maybe you allow them to talk to you. Maybe it helps your relationship. Maybe it helps them with their problem. Oh, but I have my elbow pain, so Reiki doesn't work. Reiki works on all levels. And so before you say Reiki isn't working, then I think what we need to do is take a step back and really look at not just not the one thing, but really take stock. How are your relationships? How are you moving through the day? How is your stress level? How are you sleeping? Really take an honest look at everything, because Reiki works in very mysterious ways. Because Reiki isn't limited by our limited vision on who we are and what we need. It's like we see life and ourselves like through a peephole. Reiki has universal intelligence inherent in it. So its perspective about what you really need is probably pretty different every single time when compared to you. Okay? It's not wrong. Here's the thing. Don't worry about I got sidetracked in my head. Hold on, sorry. Yeah. Da 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 da. I don't know. Anyway, don't worry about uh having to dissect that. Don't worry about, well, it didn't do this for me. It didn't do that for me. As it came through in the meditation, you're holistic. There's a lot going on with you. Don't limit yourself, because if you have foundational healing with Reiki, that means everything gets better, or way more than your elbow or something like that. Anyway, whew, yeah, I hope that that's helpful. But Reiki always helps. It just doesn't always present itself in the way that you want it to. And then lastly, what I'll say is, and I've used this example before, but I have a storage closet in my basement and I keep books down there. I mean, I keep a lot of stuff down there, but I have some boxes of books. And I got to tell you what, if I know that there's a book in a certain box and it's in the corner on a shelf, I have to move like a boat motor out of the way in order to get my book. So if you want to heal that elbow, there could be a different issue that you need to actually heal first before you can get to that other issue. So be patient with yourself, you know? Be patient. Yes. Yes. Okay. We probably have time for maybe one more question. I don't know. I won't get in the way this time. I just saw that one. I just had to do it. Ooh. So I think somebody asked like who came through in the message too, but um, if nobody answered, the answer to that is in the November live stream. Emissaries of light. That's me. They are me. I am them. Been with me my whole life. What can we do to recharge our Reiki if we're not feeling the connection? Oh, nice. Hi, Esteban. I think I know what Esteban you are. I bet you have a really super cute little dog, or at least you used to. But anyway, beautiful. Yeah, so if you're not feeling it, so there are some things, right? If you're a student of mine, you can replay your recorded attunements. We don't call them attunements, but we call them placements or ignitions. You could replay that. I like it. A really good time to do that would be at night before you go to bed. We do a lot of work in our sleep. So you might want to do that. But here's the thing, I just want to put this out there. Reiki's always with you once you are attuned. Once you have the class, once you have that attunement, it is for life. But here's the thing, life gets in the way. This happened to me when I first learned Reiki back in 1995. It just didn't hold my interest because I didn't feel a lot or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe that's good for other people, but I don't know. Anyway, so but here's my visual that I want to share with you because you know I like visuals. A river. So there's a beautiful river and it's flowing freely and beautifully, and that's Reiki. And when you take a class, when you get your attunement, you are splashing in that river, you are swimming in the river, you are loving that river. And woohoo! And then you go back into your life and it's like, "Oh, I gotta get serious about this other thing. I have to spend some time and attention over here." So you get out of the river and you're standing on the bank of the river because you got life to deal with. And then it's like, "Oh, more life." And you take a few more steps from the river. Now the river's always there. It's always flowing. But what happens is we go into life and we get distracted. And then before you know it, we're like, wait, where's the river? Where's the Reiki? It's still flowing completely. It's just that you've meandered away from it. And so, one good thing to do is redo your attunement. If you took Reiki from somewhere else and you don't have a recording or whatever, reach out to your teacher. Maybe they offer that. Okay. Again, um, yeah, sometimes people ask me if I can attune them or whatever. I only do that in my classes and then I provide that to my students. And the reason I don't just give people attunements is I think you need some training. And also, but the main thing too is there's different styles and lineages of Reiki. And so just to attune people randomly, I don't know. It's just never sat. I've never been able to reconcile that for myself. Um, I don't know how others may do that. I don't know, but that's just me. So you can do that. Also, exchange sessions with someone who has Reiki. I think that's can be really helpful, Esteban. So, or if you don't have anybody, you could have a Reiki session, like pay for a Reiki session or go to a Reiki share where you live and but the main thing is engage with the energy, get back into that river. Okay. So whether it's the attunement redo or that what I already said, self Reiki, just for everybody listening, always feels less, always feels less. So some people, they'll do self Reiki and it's like, I don't feel anything. So sorry about that, but know that oftentimes you don't feel a lot with self Reiki. That doesn't mean it's working. That doesn't mean it's not working. Um, so exchange Reiki with other people, whether you go to a professional Reiki person and have a session, whether you do a swap where you trade sessions. But the main thing is you've got to get back in the flow of the Reiki energy. Um, if you want the benefits, you need to practice, whether you're receiving, whether you're doing self Reiki. And if you don't have a community that has that potential, I have an online Reiki membership community, but you have to have some level of Reiki training. At the mid level, we call it the plus level, you can engage with Reiki. So you can engage with other people with Reiki. We have live events. I just did a Self-Reiki live session. You know what's really crazy? Every week I do a live Self-Reiki session for the community. And then so they can come on and we practice together. And then I share the recording with the community so they can redo it anytime they want. But you know what's crazy is when we get together in a group, even though we're doing self Reiki, people say all the time that they feel way more energy in the self Reiki when we practice as a group together. Isn't that interesting? I think that's really fascinating. So anyway, the main thing is, Esteban, is start engaging in the energy if you feel disconnected. If you're a student of Reiki, go back to your manual, read different sections of Reiki. That's another way to engage your mind and connect in that way. Okay. I hope that that's helpful. I know we did not get to many questions. The other thing I'm announcing right now is I'll go through and see what questions we didn't do, and then I'll make a list and um, I'll just do some quick videos, maybe on Instagram or something. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, and we'll put them in the stories or something like that. So stay tuned because I know that people have questions. So I'll work on doing putting out some more stuff that way. I hope that you enjoyed today. I did from my perspective, and yeah, I'll see ya. Oh, Mike, yes. Oh, yeah. I'm going to answer you even though we're at time. Um, I would like to strengthen my intuitive connection to source and my higher self. Is starting Reiki training a good way to do this? And I would say yes. I would say yes because when students have that attunement or the placement, the my style, we call it placement. I have spoken to so many different Reiki people over the years, and I have to tell you, intuition strengthening is so common. And I even had one student come into my class. It was a Friday. It was a master class. She came in on a Friday and she's like, I want to be intuitive. I never get anything. By the next evening, she had a mediumship experience and her partner validated everything that she saw. The grandmother came through and everything. So amazing. Is everybody going to do that? Probably not. But just as an example, even on my podcast, a long time ago, Wendy Coulter was on, and she's a medical intuitive, and she's like the real deal, like does research and the whole thing. And I asked her about that, or that topic came up that people who have Reiki training, it's like a given that their intuition develops. And I remember we had a bit of a chat about it, like, why is that? My theory is that whatever is standing in the way of your intuition developing is actually healed in the process of attuning to the vibration of Reiki. And then the more you practice it, the more the healing continues. So I know, long answer there, Michael, but hope it's helpful. Yeah, thanks. Okay, I'm gonna have to go, but yeah, I'll see you live. So make sure subscribe and then hit that bell and get the all the notification. I don't know what all the little choices are, but get the one so you get all of the notifications. You can always ratchet it down later or whatever, but that way we'll be live. Okay, let's do some live Reiki together. I'm excited. I'll see you then, everyone. And until next time, I'll be back here the first Thursday next month. Next month. All right. Take care, everyone. And yeah, it was lovely.